What if I told you tomorrow could be one of the most dangerous weather days Canada has seen this winter? A temperature gap of 40 degrees Celsius between cities just hours apart. Right now, a massive weather collision is forming across our country, and where you live determines everything. In the next 15 minutes, you will discover exactly when this weather system hits your neighborhood, which roads become impassable, and the one mistake that sends thousands to emergency rooms every February. But first, here is something shocking. 24 degrees in Toronto, while Winnipeg freezes at -5. That is a 40-degree difference in one day across one country. Stay with me until the 30-second mark because I am about to reveal which Canadian city faces the biggest danger tomorrow, and it is probably not the one you think. Here is what is happening right now as you watch this. 3 separate weather systems are colliding over Canada. From the Pacific, a moisture-loaded low-pressure system. From the Arctic, a brutal cold front. And from the Gulf of Mexico, yes, Mexico, a warm air mass pushing temperatures to shocking highs. These 3 forces are about to clash, and you are caught in the middle. Let me make you a promise. At the 5-minute mark, I will show you the exact timeline for when this system hits your city, down to the hour. But understanding what is coming requires you to see the full picture first. Vancouver wakes up tomorrow to something deceptive. 11 to 13 degrees Celsius. Sounds pleasant, right? Wrong. This is a trap. That mild temperature comes with continuous rain, and here is the hidden danger. When rain first hits roads in Vancouver, it mixes with accumulated oil and grease. The first 30 minutes of rainfall create the most dangerous driving conditions. More accidents happen in the first half hour of rain than in the next 3 hours combined. Tomorrow in Vancouver, rain begins at 6:30 in the morning. Write that down. 6:30 a.m. The morning commute, the school run, everyone hitting slippery roads simultaneously. The rain chance is 20%, which sounds low until you understand what that actually means. 20% means localized downpours. Some neighborhoods get drenched while others stay dry. You cannot predict which. And thick cloud systems from the Pacific keep rolling in all day, wave after wave. But here is a question. Why is Vancouver getting rain while Calgary, further inland and higher elevation, is getting something completely different? The answer reveals a phenomenon that could save your life this winter. Calgary tomorrow hits 15 degrees Celsius in February in the mountains, nearly 60 degrees Fahrenheit. This is Chinook wind territory, and here is what most people do not know about Chinooks. They do not just warm the air, they create invisible dangers. The temperature swings so fast that snow melts, then refreezes as black ice. You cannot see it, your car cannot grip it. And at 15 degrees, nobody expects ice. The sky stays cloudy with only 5% rain chance. Sounds perfect for a walk, maybe a patio coffee. But dress in layers, because Chinook winds shift. One moment 15 degrees, the next moment the wind dies and you are back in winter. I have seen people in Calgary go from t-shirts to shivering in 20 minutes. Now comment below where you live and I will give you a personalized forecast. Seriously, comment your city right now. By the time you finish this video, I will have responded with exactly what you need to know. Let me ask you something that might change how you see tomorrow. What happens when 2 cities, Toronto and Montreal, only a few hundred kilometers apart, have completely different weather on the same day? This is not normal. This is a sign. Toronto tomorrow reaches 24 degrees Celsius. Read that again, 24 degrees, on February 5th in Ontario. But here is the twist that nobody is talking about, 20% snow chance. How do you get 24 degrees and snow at the same time? Cold air aloft meets warm air below. The snow starts falling, hits that warm air, and becomes a slippery mess. Not snow, not rain, something worse. This is the dangerous combination. People dress light because it is 24 degrees, but roads get slick, cars slide, and emergency rooms fill up with slip and fall injuries because nobody expected ice at 24 degrees. Do not pack away your winter coat yet. Bring a light jacket and an umbrella. Strange advice for February, but tomorrow is a strange day. Montreal tells a different story. Just a few hundred kilometers east, temperatures only reach 12 degrees. Still mild, but that is a 12-degree difference from Toronto. 10% snow chance, cloudy skies, and here is the critical detail. Wind from the St. Lawrence River makes it feel colder than 12 degrees. Wind chill is real. Your body loses heat faster in wind. Wear a hooded jacket and gloves. Now we are at the 5-minute mark. Time to deliver on my promise. Here are the exact timelines for every major city. Vancouver, rain begins 6:30 a.m., intensifies through afternoon, continues into evening. Peak danger period, 6:30 to 7:30 a.m. during morning rush. Calgary, chinook wind conditions hold all day. Warmest period, noon to 3 p.m. Watch for temperature drops after sunset around 5:30 p.m. Winnipeg, snow starts at midnight, continues all day tomorrow. Heaviest snowfall 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. and again 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. minus 5.4 degrees Celsius all day. Visibility drops to less than 1 kilometer during heavy snow. Toronto, warm temperatures peak at 2 p.m., reaching 24 degrees. If snow falls, expect it between 10 a.m. and noon when upper cold air is strongest. Montreal, cloudy all day. Temperatures peak at 1 p.m. around 12 degrees. Snow risk highest from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. But here is something nobody has told you yet. Why does Winnipeg get -5 while Toronto gets 24? The answer is a weather boundary running north to south through Canada. On one side, Arctic air. On the other side, Gulf of Mexico warmth, and that boundary is moving. Winnipeg sits in full winter tomorrow, -5.4 degrees, snow all day. Fresh snow adds to what is already on the ground. Roads become treacherous, visibility drops during heavy snowfall, and here is what you must do. Leave 30 minutes early for any trip. Reduce speed by 30%. Increase following distance to 6 seconds instead of 3. Turn on headlights even at noon. This saves lives. The prairies get hammered. Regina and Saskatoon face -10 to -5 degrees with light snow all day. The Trans-Canada Highway through Saskatchewan becomes a danger zone. Limited visibility, slippery surfaces, and here is the fact that shocks people. More accidents happen at -5 than at -30. Why? At -30, everyone drives carefully. At -5, people get overconfident. Now let me take you to the Atlantic. Halifax hovers at 0 degrees with mixed rain and snow. This is the most unpredictable combination. Is it rain? Is it snow? It changes minute by minute. Emergency services stay on high alert. Residents should avoid unnecessary travel. St. John's, Newfoundland brings the real drama. Winds hit 50 to 60 kilometers per hour from the Atlantic. Temperature -5 degrees. But with wind chill, -15 to -20. That is a 15-degree difference between actual and felt temperature. Exposed skin freezes in minutes at -20 with wind. Cover everything: face, ears, fingers. Here is something most weather forecasters will not tell you because it sounds scary, but you need to know this. Wind chill of -20 means frostbite can occur in less than 10 minutes on exposed skin. Your ears, nose, cheeks, fingers, toes. The skin turns white or gray, hard, numb. If this happens, never rub the area. Move to warmth immediately. Warm gradually with lukewarm water, not hot. But wait, there is more you need to understand about tomorrow, and this might be the most important part. Remember I mentioned 3 weather systems colliding? Here is what happens next, and this is where the real danger begins. This warm weather will not last. I need you to hear this clearly. Late this weekend or early next week, a massive cold front drops from the Arctic. Areas enjoying 24 degrees tomorrow will plunge back to normal or below normal winter temperatures. The shock to the system is real. Pipes freeze, cars will not start, and people caught unprepared face serious risks. Right now, enjoy the warmth if you have it, but do not be fooled. Do not put away winter gear. Do not disconnect your block heater. Do not stop winterizing. This is a temporary warm spell followed by a brutal return to true winter. Let me tell you about the worst mistake Canadians make in February. They see one warm day and think winter is over. They switch to lighter clothing, stop carrying emergency kits in cars, maybe even start spring cleaning. Then the cold returns with a vengeance and catches everyone off guard. Do not make this mistake. Now, for those of you in British Columbia, you face a different long-term concern. The Pacific keeps sending rain system after rain system. Accumulated precipitation becomes significant. Low-lying areas face flood risks. If you live near rivers or creeks, monitor water levels. Have sandbags ready. Know your evacuation route. Here is a question I bet you have not considered. What does tomorrow's weather mean for the agriculture feeding our country? In the prairies, February snow is actually good news. That snow blanket protects soil and winter crops from extreme cold. It provides moisture when it melts in spring. But snow too deep causes problems for livestock. Farmers are working overtime to ensure animals have adequate food and shelter. And what about energy? On cold days like this, heating demand spikes. Energy companies operate at full capacity to supply millions of Canadian homes. You can help by turning down your thermostat 1 or 2 degrees when you are not home. Close curtains at night to trap heat. Check insulation. These small actions prevent blackouts. For those planning air travel tomorrow, here is critical information. Winnipeg Airport will intensify runway snow removal. Expect delays. Atlantic region airports monitor strong winds that affect takeoffs and landings. Check your flight status before leaving for the airport. Allow extra time. Nothing worse than missing a flight because you did not account for weather. Now, let me address winter recreation because tomorrow offers incredible opportunities. Whistler, British Columbia has abundant snow and excellent skiing conditions. Mont Tremblant in Quebec, Lake Louise in Alberta, all reporting perfect conditions. Fresh snowfall, ideal temperatures. But here is the mandatory warning. Always check avalanche risk in high mountain areas. Never go off marked slopes without checking safety conditions. In Ottawa, the Rideau Canal skating rink, the world's longest, stays open despite warmer temperatures. The city monitors ice thickness constantly. If conditions become unsafe, warnings go out immediately. Quebec City hosts Carnaval de Quebec with ice sculptures and winter activities. Temperatures around -5 to 0 degrees, perfect for outdoor fun without being too cold. But here is something nobody talks about: air quality on cold winter days. People burn wood in fireplaces more when it is cold. This increases pollution. If you have respiratory issues, monitor air quality indices. Limit strenuous outdoor activity when indices are high. Let me bring this all together with the most important question. How do you actually prepare for tomorrow? Here is your action plan. First, check your exact location. Comment below and I will respond with specifics. Second, dress in layers regardless of temperature. Third, if driving, keep an emergency kit in your car. Blankets, water, non-perishable food, fully charged phone, flashlight, first aid kit. Fourth, leave earlier than you think you need. Fifth, reduce speed in snow or rain. Sixth, turn on headlights in any precipitation. Seventh, stay updated on weather alerts from Environment and Climate Change Canada. Here is something that will shock you. Hypothermia can start at temperatures as high as 10 degrees Celsius if you are wet. Tomorrow, Vancouver rain plus wind equals risk. Toronto snow at 24 degrees equals wet clothes. Winnipeg, obvious risk. Initial hypothermia symptoms: shivering, fatigue, confusion, slurred speech. If you or someone shows these signs, move to warmth immediately and call for medical help. And here is the fact that changes everything. Canadian winter weather changes fast and unpredictably. What I'm telling you now might shift by tomorrow morning. This is why you must follow updated bulletins, set weather alerts on your phone, check before you leave home, have backup plans. Let me paint the full picture one more time because this is crucial. Tomorrow, February 5th, 2026, Canada experiences extreme climate diversity in a single day. Vancouver gets warm rain, Winnipeg gets freezing snow, Toronto gets bizarrely warm weather with snow risk. Montreal sits in between, Calgary enjoys chinook warmth, the Atlantic faces mixed precipitation and high winds, the prairies freeze, and all of this happens simultaneously across one country. Here is the deeper truth. This is not just about tomorrow. This pattern reflects changing weather systems. The boundaries between weather masses are becoming sharper, the contrasts more extreme, the unpredictability increasing. This means adapting, staying informed, preparing better. Now, you made it this far, which means you are serious about safety. Here is what I need you to do. 1. Comment your city below for a personalized update. 2. Share this with anyone you know in Canada who needs this information. 3. Set reminders to check weather updates tomorrow morning before you go anywhere. And here's your teaser for what is coming. That Arctic cold front arriving this weekend is not ordinary. We are talking about a potential temperature drop of 20 to 30 degrees in 48 hours. Some cities could go from +10 to -20 in 2 days. Your pipes, your car, your safety, everything depends on preparing now. In my next video, I will break down exactly how to winter-proof your home and vehicle for that brutal cold snap. Canadian weather is harsh, but with proper preparation, you can handle anything. Dress appropriately, drive carefully, stay updated, and always have a plan. The beauty of northern winter is real, but so are its dangers. Tomorrow, whether you face rain, snow, warmth, or cold, you now know exactly what to expect and when. You have the timelines, you have the temperatures, you have the safety tips, you have the action plan. Stay warm, stay safe, and remember, the difference between a weather inconvenience and a weather emergency is preparation. You are now prepared. Check back tomorrow evening for the weekend forecast and that critical information about the incoming Arctic blast. Until then, stay safe out there, wherever you are across this vast